So very good afternoon to one and all, respected resource person for this afternoon session. Shrikant Kallurkar sir has joined our cloud meeting. So indeed, it is really an honor and pleasure for all of us to have him here on this platform of NEP 2020 through this online Zoom meeting. Uh, SP Kallurkar sir, as the retired principal of AET Avatra College of Engineering, Mumbai, he is currently advisor Research Institute of Students in Vedic session of Shivpura, Akkalkot District, Solapur, and advisory board member of ENSIN Entrepreneurship Startup and Innovation Forum, Pune. He is BE Mechanical, MMS, and doctorate in Industrial Engineering. He has worked in the industry as Bajaj Auto Limited, Anand Kirloskar Brothers Limited, Pune for 5 years, and he has 45 years of experience, 5 years of industrial experience, and 40 years of teaching experience to his credit. He is founder HOD Production Engineering at SGGS Institute of Engineering and Technology, Nanded, principal at AISSMS College of Engineering, Pune, and founder principal of Marathwada Mitramandal College of Engineering, Pune. He is a recognized research guide for BIT Ranchi, SP University, SRTM University, Nanded, SGB University, Amravati, and Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada Institute, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar, Solapur University, Pacific University. 23 candidates, two in management, including one in industrial. International student have received PhD in mechanical production, industrial engineering, and management under the able guidance, and currently six students are working under him. He has published more than 100 research papers at international level, national level journals, conference proceedings, and seminars with 512 citations. He has filed 2 patents in mechanical and IoT domain. He was the mentor and auditor for under TEQIP Phase 1 World Bank supported project for Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Technology University, Lonare. Government College of Engineering, Aurangabad, then Government Polytechnic, Pune, and RIT Sakarle. He was the expert at TEQIP 2 part and NPIU MHRD New Delhi, during which he was study as a team member for the state of Uttar Pradesh and mentor handholder for the state of Jharkhand. He was also auditor and mentor for NIT Patna and NIT Agartala, along with 2 institutions from West Bengal, one from Andhra Pradesh and Gujarat state. He is now auditor mentor under TQIP 3 phase for SVNIT Surat and NIT Rourkela, KLE Tech University, BV, Hubli, and Government College of Engineering, Chhattisgarh. He is a founder, coordinator of Entrepreneurship Development Cell established by DST and MHRD, Government of India, GGS, IET Nanded, and was rated as outstanding EDC continuously for 3 years by DST. He has organized 4 international conference, 11 national conference, and 35 entrepreneurship awareness camp. He was the editor for Journal of Engineering and Education and past president member of Engineering Education Foundation, Pune. He has executed 2 R&D projects in entrepreneurship development funded by AICT, MHRD, Government of India. He is also recognized global level scientist by Google and top 10% researcher in industrial engineering global by ResearchGate. So indeed, it is really a pleasure and honor for all of us to have a person who has a pan-India experience in the field of research, engineering as a mentor. So I welcome Shrikant sir, Dr. Shrikant sir, to this uh, afternoon session of this NEP 2020. Today, he will deliver on one of the most important topic, that is IKS and AI. It is really a nice combination to see the ancient knowledge being collaborated with the latest technology, that is AI. AI is only 40, 50 years old, and today we will witness that how things can be collaborated or get connected to IKS, that is the old Indian tradition and knowledge. So again, I welcome you, sir. और ये लेक्चर स्टार्ट करने से पहले सर सिर्फ मैं ये बताऊंगा कि आप को होस्ट है, हम सबके माइक हमने म्यूट रखे हैं। अगर किसी के कोई प्रश्न रहेंगे तो वो आपसे प्रश्न पूछेंगे हाथ उठाकर चैट बॉक्स में, सिर्फ आपको उनको
जी
अनम्यूट
सर।
करना पड़ेगा सर,
जी
क्योंकि
सर।
इतने सारे
एक
लोग रहने के बाद में माइक में
जी
बहुत डिस्टरबेंस हो जाता है सर।
Dr. Pranav Nerurkar also maybe made the co-host, sir.
Pranav. Amol,
हाँ,
kindly see.
because he is my co-speaker and he will be operating my PowerPoint.
Yeah, again, I will read his biodata also. Amol,
Okay, sir, please. Yeah.
just a minute, sir. The co-speaker for this afternoon session is Pranav Nurekar. He has worked as an AI engineer in Igno France, 2023. Then he is also postdoc from University of Son, Brittany, France, assistant professor at Nimes University. Then also worked as an assistant professor, SPIT Andheri, data science faculty member, Mentorium Academy, then data science faculty member, Utkarsh Mind Institute, then BIT, University of Mumbai, then ME, then also ME he has done from TSEC, University of Mumbai, then PhD in computer engineering from VJTI Mumbai, then postdoctoral from France. So indeed, it is really a pleasure and honor for all of us. And his research area is machine learning, deep learning, image processing, hypothesis testing, prompt engineering. So you see, friends, that today just we are misguided that कि हमें Zoom meeting host करना आती है या हमें पीपीटी आता है तो हमें ऐसा लगता है दैट वी आर आईटी वी आर हैविंग द आईटी लिटरेसी। लेकिन आईटी लिटरेसी क्या है जो आज सर के हमने बायोडाटा में भी अभी देखा है कि मशीन लर्निंग, डीप लर्निंग, इमेज प्रोसेसिंग, आज ये आईटी लर्निंग, यानी कि ये चीजें अगर आपको नहीं आती है देन यू आर नॉट IT literate as per my view. So we are really fortunate that he is also joined as a co-host with us. So again also I welcome him also and we will make him a co-host. जब तक श्रीकांत सर आप कंटिन्यू कर सकते हैं, हम उनको उन्होंने ज्वाइन नहीं
जी
हुए
सर,
शायद सर, क्या नाम
नहीं वो
बताए?
ज्वाइन हो गए हैं और
ज्वाइन
वो पावर पॉइंट उनके पास है।
कैमरा कैमरा उनको ऑन करने के लिए बोलिए सर।
हाँ, प्रणव प्लीज पुट ऑन योर कैमरा, डॉक्टर प्रणव। ओ, उनको म्यूट मोड से निकालना पड़ेगा शायद।
जी जी जी, मैं निकालता हूँ, निकाल दो।
जी जी।
यस सर, मैंने को
हाँ है, को होस्ट बन गए सर, वो को होस्ट बन
ओके प्रणव, कैन यू शो योर कैमरा नाउ?
यस सर, यस सर, आई कैन।
ओके, थैंक यू, थैंक यू।
So Pranav, you can Pranav ji, welcome to this
थैंक यू,
platform of Malviya Mission Teachers Training Center. And
थैंक
Pranav ji, you are a co-host, and you should handle now. If somebody want to ask any question, you can handle those
यस
things.
यस
Huh?
यस यस
Okay. So I am now keeping this meeting on you. I am closing from my side. Hmm?
ओके ओके
Okay.
श्योर, आई विल शेयर द स्लाइड्स।
Yes, yes. Okay.
Okay, just want to confirm if the
Yeah,
slide are visible.
we can see now.
Yes,
sir.
Yes, yes, sir, we can see. So, I think, thank you very much, sir, for a nice introduction for myself and my colleague, Dr. Pranav Nerurkar. And before National Education Policy 2020, I was delivering few sessions on mass customization in higher education. And we had raised some issues about that, where we are lacking. And when the National Education Policy was released, I was happy to see that about 2 or 3 points which are mentioned in these 4 points are already there in the National Education Policy. As we know, NEP 2020 expect us that we as the teachers of higher education and the managements together will help the government to raise the gross enrollment ratio to 50% by the year 2035, which is probably known to everyone. And the NEP 2020 has given a thrust on Indian knowledge system. I hope many of you would be aware about Lord Macaulay. In fact, in the year 1835, he wrote to the British Parliament stating that if you want to rule this country, what is first important thing is kill the education system of this country. Because if this education system exists, will not be able to rule it. One of the, example, it is said that he went to one of the Gurukuls And you are surprised to see that the students are learning without a teacher present there. And he asked a student, how can you learn without a teacher? Don't you think that you can go wrong? And one of the students gave the reply that yes, one of us can go wrong, but together we will not be able to go wrong. What does it mean? We are already practicing collaborative education, cooperative education system in our country. And that's the reason he said that unless we kill this education system, we'll not be able to govern this country. So what is important he mentioned was an average Indian should feel that everything in the West is better than what they have. So we need to have an education system which will develop this kind of mindset among these people, and then we will be able to rule this country. And then they ruled us for 150 years. That's the history now for of all of us. Thanks to the current government, who decided that that Macaulay effect on our education system needs to get reduced, and the original Indian knowledge system needs to brought back into the picture. And from that perspective, there are multiple entry, multiple exit systems, cooperative, collaborative learning, technology-based learning, and all those things have been discussed. So we will be discussing about the problems of higher education as for first part. Then the problems to some extent can be solved by technology. And fortunately, AI is the technology which can help us to do that. But there is a fear that a day may come when AI will rule the humanity. So let's understand the philosophy of working of AI and where a human being can be superior to the artificial intelligence. And how can we do that? How Indian knowledge system or basically Vedic techniques can be used for that purpose, and how we can see that human can be superior to AI. And then we will, with the help of Dr. Pranav Nerurkar, we'll see some of the artificial intelligence techniques which can be incorporated in the higher education system so that we can march towards the mass customization. So what the AI does, it helps you to treat every customer to be independent and develop ways and means in system of delivery or system of production if it's an industry to see that every customer can be treated differently. So every student can be treated differently with the intervention for artificial intelligence. Now, next PPT, Dr. Pranav. So the present problem is too much time was spent on assessing the problem rather than friendly, tangible solution. So NEP 2020, we expect that we can use it as a tool to reach to a friendly, tangible solution. I know we all are just trying to see how we can implement it in a way of that story of 7 blind men. But at least something is started. That is a good news for all of us. Then mismatch in supply and demand. That's the problem. And mushrooming low quality institutions at different levels. So we have a large number of institutions. We are expanded on quantity front. There is high time that now we expand on quality front. And at the same time, match between supply and demand of the manpower required maybe in the industrial sector or maybe in the field as such. Next PPT, Dr. Pranav. Next one. Yeah. We see, as I mentioned, the current GER for the year 2024 is 28.4, and our aim is to reach to 50% by the year 2050. According to CNN report of 2015-16, when our GER was 24, they said, in fact, the GER of them, this country is less than 20%. Of course, CNN knows on what basis they decided that. The average global is 36.7%. The UK is plus 59% now. Japan is plus 55. US is plus 34. And China is plus 28%. So what we have done, we have increased the number of seats to match with the GER ratio that is required, gross enrollment ratio for higher education. But we need to bring quality and flexibility. How to bring that quality and flexibility in our education system? Definitely technology can be used. So technology blended learning, technology enhanced learning is the method for that. And how can we do that? Next PowerPoint, sir. Dr. Pranav, next PPT, please. Yes. Anytime, anywhere learning for any purpose. Can we do this? Because at present, we give admission for our graduation program. It is 3 years, or in case of engineering, it is 4 years. Or pharmacy or other professional branches, it is 4 years. And now we are talking about 3 years, 4 years models and variety of models. Will not go into the depth of school education system. But as far as the higher education system is concerned, we need to implement the policies of anytime, anywhere learning. Let it not be limited to within the 4 walls of our institutions, and also for any purpose. Here, what is important, and when I was a principal, what I used to tell to my faculty was that this particular thing can be used as a mode for enhancing the earnings of our teacher. And some of our teachers can become global level faculty rather than the faculty restricted to the institution level only. How it can be done? A simple method one can think of it. Or many of you would be already having your YouTube channels. And some of you would be having large number of subscribers to your YouTube channels. Especially young teachers who are here. You can think of having your own YouTube channel, deliver some lectures which are not delivered only from the textbooks, because if you are delivering the lectures from textbooks, then you cannot reach to that level. But you are delivering lectures based on some research. Or if you are able to follow the policy of research and teach, rather than read and teach. Never Google and teach, because students can do Google better than us. And if we are following that method, probably our students would not be liking this kind of teacher. Students like that teacher who is talking about the theory and simultaneously giving some examples about the practicing world. And for that reason, it is essential that we have an exposure to the practicing world. If we want to be a good teacher, if you want to be a popular teacher among the students community, it is essential that we have an idea about the field where students are going to enter after the graduation. And while teaching the theory subjects or practicals, we give examples from the practicing world and connect the theory that we are teaching with the requirements of practicing world. And with the knowledge that you are giving to the students, how they can prosper in the practicing world. Your lectures are full of these kind of examples. No students would like to miss your lecture. On the contrary, wherever they are, they'll prefer to come and join your lecture. And if you are able to convert your lectures in the online media also, and you are ready to make it available to your students community. They can go through your recorded lectures as and when needed and come back to you with the queries. So there could be a more interactive method. And along with research and teaching, if you can do the extension part, then what will happen? When we are doing extension part, we are connected with the practicing world. While teaching in the class, we are giving examples of what we are doing for someone somewhere. And then any student would like to attend your classes. Now, with the help of technology, what we can do, as and when needed, we can bring any speaker to the class from any part of the world, depending on the, of course, time zones of the respective parts of the world. And that person will speak for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. And if that speaker is a great personality or is a successful person in the field, and what he is talking, when it matches with what you are teaching in the class, students start believing in you. That yes, attending the lectures of this teacher really makes a difference. And when we do that, we can become a more successful teacher. If you are at a professor level in the aided section of any organization, and if your salary per month is around 3 to 4 lakhs per month, and if you find that large number of people from different parts of the world do attend your classes, do attend your lectures through online medium, you can put some nominal charge. Imagine the subscription cost per month is kept to be 1,000 rupees. And 1,000 subscribers are with you from different parts of the world. What will be your income level? It will be around 10 lakhs per month. And today we all have the systems in our colleges where there is a pressure of developing internal revenue generation. And if you are helping the organization for the internal revenue generation, the policies are decided in such a way that the real person who is working for that should get a major chunk of it. In fact, this was thought since a very long time. I was on a Maharashtra government committee long back in the year 1985-86, because it was realized by this government at that time, especially for the engineering education, that because the norms of consultancy are not lucrative, people are not going for the consultants. And College of Engineering Pune and VJTI Mumbai were the two institutions who were having good amount of consultancy at that time. So few members from VJTI, few members from College of Engineering Pune, and one or two members from outside like us, one from Marathwada, one from Vidarbha were selected. And the meetings were hosted in the COEP so that the people who are doing consultancy can come and discuss with the committee what problems they are facing, what kind of policies they want. And the result of this committee was to change the consultancy norms. We recommended to the government that if a teacher is able to earn 1 lakh of rupees out of his teaching capabilities, remember, out of his teaching capabilities, means he is not using much of the resources of the institution. It is the knowledge base of the teacher which is more important. And if he is bringing 1 lakh rupees to the institution, let him be paid 70%. Of the 70,000 rupees, let it go to the teacher. And in 30%, let's have some distribution for college and the other supporting staff. But when a teacher is doing consultancy by using the facilities of the institution, then the norms could be 50-50. What does it happen? Why it happens? Because if you are knowledgeable person, once I was discussing with the earlier Honorable Vice Chancellor of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Technical University, Lonere, and he was saying, "अरे मैं आके यहाँ अटक गया because my consultancy fees per day is rupees 1 lakh. If I go to the industry and spend a day, I earn 1 lakh. 70% I keep, 30% is given to my institution. As a vice chancellor, I am not earning so much." And after 3 years, he resigned from the post of VC and preferred to be a consultant. Why I am telling you this example? Because some of the young teachers can get motivated. Yes, I want to be a faculty like that. We have a large number of examples in our country also of the professors of this kind. I was talking to my guide when I was pursuing my PhD at NEP. Today it is IIM Mumbai. And I was telling him कि sir ऐसे ऐसे वो DA जब बढ़ता है and if you are already in the associate professor or professor cadre तो आपका DA PF में जाता है, वहां आपको 20% बेनिफिट मिलता है और आप 30% ब्रैकेट 40% ब्रैकेट में हो. तो जब भी DA बढ़ता है तो सर डू यू नो कि हमारा सैलरी कम होता है. He said, "अरे I don't know anything about that because my problem is this month I am earning 1 lakh rupees. Should I show it in this month? Should I take the money in this month or next month because it was March?" वो सोच रहे थे कि अगले, तो उनके प्रॉब्लम अलग थे और हमारे प्रॉब्लम अलग थे. उनके प्रॉब्लम इसलिए अलग थे कि अदर देन सैलरी उनका इनकम इतना बड़ा था कि उनको सैलरी दे वाज टू ही वाज फीलिंग एज ए पीनट. बट इन स्पाइट ऑफ दैट व्हाई दे वांट टू वर्क? बिकॉज they are earning that 1 lakh rupee per day because of the institutional base they are. I'll give one more example of IIT Delhi. A professor of computer engineering was a PhD guide of my nephew. When he joined IIT Delhi, his income in the industry already was rupees 50 lakhs per month. He left that job and came to IIT Delhi on a mere salary of 3 or 4 lakhs per month. Why? Because after getting the banner of IIT Delhi, he could increase his consultancy almost to 2 CR per month. And because of that, he was able to earn more than 1 CR per month. So there we had a training in IIT Mumbai like this. There were 15 teachers from Maharashtra who were selected, 5 from VJTI, 5 from COEP, and 5 from HGGS Nanded, who were the institutions selected to be autonomous in the first cycle by the TechU project from World Bank. And the coordinator of the program was the director of IIT Mumbai. And the title of the program was Why IIT Mumbai is IIT. Something, a unique title. And we were supposed to understand the administrative systems of IITs. And maybe that as the autonomous institutions in state government, these 3 state government institutions, it could be how best it can be implemented. When we were discussing with the authorities there, we came to know that earlier there was a restriction in IIT. There is a council of IITs. There was a restriction on IIT by the IIT council that any professor can earn consultancy norms maximum to the extent of his or her salary. This if salary is 3 lakhs or 4 lakhs per month, he can earn only that much. Someone has a capacity to earn 15 lakhs, why should he join IIT? Why a person should leave a lucrative job in US and come to IIT and take a professor's position? Realizing this, the IIT council changed the norm. They said there is no ceiling on earning from consultancy. Why there is a need of like this? There is no ceiling of earning from consultancy so that you are getting salary. IIT professors get 10% more salary than we, all state government people or central government people, because it's a lucrative organization. But majority, there are more than 50% of the professors whose income from consultancy is 10 times than the salary. And after changing this, large number of people left the lucrative jobs in USC, including this person who was drawing 50 lakhs. And he preferred to be in IIT because after joining IIT Delhi on a salary of 4 lakhs, he was able to earn another 1 CR per month for himself. So in turn, his income had already increased. And he was offering consultancy throughout the world. My nephew visited 10 countries as a part of PhD because the problem of PhD that was given to him was a problem of one or the other industry somewhere. And he used to tell him, Jao, client ko presentation de ke aa jana. Something like this. Can we aspire to be a professor like this in our life? Do you want to be? And yes, that is the difference between all other professions and teaching as a profession. Here, sky can be limit for your growth, provided we accept that. And thanks to the government of India that the complete education policy is made positive from all these sense. And we are being exposed to all these things. Next PowerPoint, sir. Dr. Pranav, please, next PowerPoint. Yes. So what we can do with the help of technology, we can go for mass customization. So what is mass customization? Because this is a concept from industry. Mass customization is a process of delivery of service modified to satisfy specific customer need at low unit cost. Customer demand, each customer is independent. Each customer's patterns are different and they are independent. Without spending too much in our system, how can I treat each customer to be separate? Some of you, if you are regularly flying or if you go to some unique places, जैसे कि अभी पूना में गणपति के समय अगर आप आते हो तो आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस सिस्टम से कंपनीज वालों को पता लग जाता है कि आप इस इलाके में आए हो. So I just went to this year. I just went for Ganpati Darshan in Pune. It's called Pach Manache Ganpati. So we went there for darshan. And during that period, I would have received at least more than 50 to 60 messages from travel companies. Because through the artificial intelligence, most of the travel companies in the country like Make My Trip, Yahoo, and so others, they all know that this person travels a lot. So book the next flight through us, book the hotel through us, this and that, something like this. This can happen because of the artificial intelligence. Your complete database is transparent. You have no personal life privacy because you always keep your data open and also your GPS on. So it is known. Then comes what type of shopping you do. Depending on that, you will keep on receiving the messages. So you can receive, the system is more customer oriented at lowest cost. Same thing we can do in education also for the students. Let us know the background of every student, the path of learning that every student prefers, and we should be able to design the knowledge delivery system in a way the student is more comfortable. And here the AI really comes into picture. It's a system designed for perpetual cost cutting and quality enhancement. So at reduced cost, better quality, and customized solutions that we need to offer in teaching also, because we have a problem. वो तो कह रहे हैं multiple entry, multiple exit system implement करो. अरे कैसे करेंगे? AI can be the tool for that. if we are in a place like Aurangabad, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar, and the population of the city is say 20-25 lakhs, why not think that out of 25 lakhs, 10 lakhs is my student community? I am delivering the lectures, I am delivering the curriculums in the form of capsule courses of 10 hours each. Instead of 40 hours, 50 hours, one package. What is our system at present? When we go for 10 hours and 20 hours model, of course, it is already recommended. 20 hours is already recommended by the now for autonomous institutions. Because I was in MIT and one of my program on Indian knowledge system, they said, can we implement this? I said, presently it is for 10 hours. He said, the vice principal said, sir, इसको 20 घंटे वाला बना के दो तो हम 2 क्रेडिट के लिए ऑफर कर देते हैं. We want to incorporate Indian knowledge system in our education system. So, I mean, we are already moved from 50 hours of a syllabus, 40 hours of a syllabus to 20 hours. And 4 credit pattern and 2 credit pattern. Also, there can be a few audit courses where there are no credits. So, it is already, this setup is already given to us. Now, it is our mindset to see how we can implement that, how we can do that. Mass customization is a solution for that. Basically, it's a marketing and manufacturing technique in the industrial world. For us, हमको marketing word थोड़ा अच्छा नहीं लगता है professors के लिए, but we need to market our courses in the competitive world. Don't think that the college where you are working is your market. The world is your market. If you imagine that the world is my market as a professor, I am there for this institution, but at the same time, I am also there for not only my country, but all the other country people also. If you think in that way, if you develop your capacity that you can offer something unique which no one else in the world has, and if you can design a program for that, I'll tell you, you'll be one of the richest professors, not only at your institution, but in the region. And you can do that through this mass customization philosophy. So, it is a marketing and manufacturing technique combine flexibility and personalized custom-made products or services. Here, our role is services with low unit cost, which is associated to mass production. Mass production क्यों करते हैं? ताकि unit cost कम हो जाए. आप लोगों ने कभी जैसे व्हीकल मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कंपनी किसी ने विजिट की होगी तो आपने देखा होगा वहां पे असेंबली लाइन होती है. एक बार पुणे के 20 प्रिंसिपल्स इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज प्रिंसिपल्स को कन्फेडरेशन ऑफ इंडियन इंडस्ट्रीज ने they took us to Mercedes-Benz, study the systems of production of Mercedes-Benz, how different they are. And there we saw that in the assembly line, on each station, a different model of Mercedes car was there. Whereas when we go to, because I am from engineering background, mechanical engineer, so I have some examples from that line. So what is important is each car was different and a manual work was involved in that. And the plant manager was explaining us about the uniqueness of Mercedes-Benz. And I casually asked the plant manager, what is the difference between your car and the other cars? And his reply was, you ask it and we deliver. This is the Mercedes car. Anything that you ask, we'll be able to give you. Now, can we also do this way? As the institutions or as the universities, you ask and we have the course. We have been asked to develop the ties with multiple institutions and universities from the different parts of the world. Why? Because we should be able to give that reply like that manager of Mercedes-Benz. You demand a course and I will give you. Maybe that I don't have the faculty capability in my institution, but I will withdraw it from any part of the world and give it to you. That's called shop system of education. So the next PowerPoint, Dr. Pranav. So it is the process of production of goods and services tailored to suit the needs of customers in mass market. So what we are doing, we are shifting from mass production to mass market. Our education system as on date is mass प्रोडक्शन टाइप. सभी बच्चों को एक ही कोर्स में एडमिशन दी जाती है, सभी बच्चे वही चीज पढ़ते हैं, सभी बच्चे वही एग्जाम देते हैं, सभी बच्चे वही डिग्री लेकर बाहर जाते हैं, एंड फिर उसलिए क्या होता है, ज्यादा से ज्यादा बच्चों को जॉब ही नहीं मिलता है, बिकॉज देयर इज अ मिसमैच बिटवीन सप्लाई एंड डिमांड. We need to fill up the gap between this mismatch, and there should be good mapping over supply and demand process of the manpower, because we are there to produce the manpower. In the year April 2020, we had a program on Education 4.0 to match the human needs for Industry 4.0. We need to have Education 4.0 system in our education system. Then only we'll be able to meet that demand. So we have that program, and fortunately that was in the month of April 2020. तो कोविड लग गया था, सब कॉलेजेस में अभी ऑनलाइन एजुकेशन शुरू नहीं हुआ था, टीचर लोग बोर हो रहे थे घर में बैठ बैठ के, किसी को बाहर जाने की भी सुविधा नहीं थी, और हमने वो वेबिनार लॉन्च किया फ्रॉम अथॉरिटी कॉलेज ऑफ इंजीनियरिंग. Imagine there were 3,500 registrations, and there used to be full attendance also. We used to offer the program on YouTube live because there was no possibility that we would have done it with other methods like Zoom or anything. And within 1 week, we had a recorded lectures, and because it was YouTube live, it was already available on YouTube. What I'm trying to say is that for next 3 months, literally 3 months, just type Education 4.0 in Google or in YouTube, and you will get our program. Yes, thank you. Please go to the next part, Dr. Pranav. Yes. So how can we do that? It is the institutional method. So at institutional level, we need to bring something, these systems in the working pattern. Redesign the structure and process of learning. Fortunately, this redesigning itself is given to us by NEP 2020. That's the beauty of it. Large-scale distributed method that offers serious education in hybrid mode. जहाँ हम अभी आज के डेट पे काम है. And Dr. Pranav has studied in France. They have that. Large-scale distributed methods. You see the programs of MIT, Harvard, and all those Stanford, California, or Sloan. What you find is that they have implemented these things. We need to work on large-scale distributed method that offers serious education in hybrid and enhance integration of system by taking functions as they are. Functions तो हमें ये पूरे करने हैं जो आज भी हम करते हैं, लेकिन उसका जो इंटीग्रेशन का सिस्टम है वो बदलना होगा with the help of technology, where artificial intelligence comes to our rescue. And we need to shift to the shop type of education system. शॉप में क्या होता है ना, अब जाओ 4 चीजें मांगो, वो आपको देगा. So we need to have a move from a standard थाली system. होटल में जाते हैं जहाँ थाली है तो वो फिक्स मेनू आ जाता है. लेकिन if you go to a cafeteria and keep on ordering the dishes, we can develop our own meal. So there is a need to adopt the cafeteria approach in our education system. Next PowerPoint, sir. So methodology is, of course, online education, distance mode, these two are there. Then project based, learning by doing, project based education. Because many of you would have already been given the exposure to this. There is an example, unique example from Purdue University. They designed a system. Designed a system of project-based education to solve the societal needs. Students were asked, go in the vicinity, wherever you are, see the problems faced by the people, come back, take it up as a project. If needed, the teacher also will go with them. And then it became one of the most successful models. They developed their own project-based learning system for the whole world, unique in the world, from Purdue University. And then what they did, next step, they started offering this project-based education guidance to all other institutions in the world. 2 or 3 institutions from India also joined them. Africa institutions joined them. So from complete all the continents of the world, institutions started joining Purdue University. The cost of joining as a member under that program itself was Indian rupees 5 lakh per year. That was the membership fees. And then their teachers will guide our teachers how to offer the projects which are more useful for the society at large. And under their guidance, we will do this kind of projects. So this is the beauty of project-based learning, which has run to a global level model in case of Purdue University. And of course, face-to-face. We will never underestimate the chalk and talk. That is very important. Since last around 20 plus years, every year, there is a conference on online education. It's called Online Educa Berlin. Generally, the conference takes place in the month of November or December. Twice I had the opportunity to attend this conference. So what we saw, that large number of people from different parts of the world prefer to come to this conference. First I attended in 2003. Then I was personally not knowing what is online education. So I just went there, attended the conference because my organization said, जाओ वो conference attend करके आओ. मेरे लिए तो वो यूरोप का पिकनिक ही हो गया क्योंकि I didn't really, I'm telling you frankly, I really did not understand any head and tail of what was being discussed there first time. After 4 years, because after coming back, I started learning ये क्या चीज है बाबा, ये online क्या होता है. And then I had little exposure to online education. So 2007, again my management said, जाओ फिर एक बार जर्मनी जाके आओ, कुछ नया मिलता है क्या देख के आओ. This time the management was strict on me. कहे पैसा दे रहे हैं, जाने के लिए बोला है, आते समय कुछ ना कुछ नया लाना है तुझे, खाली हाथ नहीं आना है. अब मेरे पे तो टेंशन आ गया. अभी उस टाइम ऑनलाइन में 2 प्लेटफॉर्म बड़े पॉपुलर थे. 2007 की बात है, ब्लैक बोर्ड एंड वेब सिटी. डॉक्टर प्रणव वुड बी नोइंग दिस. प्लेटफॉर्म्स. सो अभी मैं सोच रहा हूँ ब्लैक बोर्ड रेकमेंड करूँ या वेबसाइट ही रेकमेंड करूँ ई लर्निंग प्लेटफॉर्म के लिए. सो एक यूनिवर्सिटी का एक स्टॉल था वहां पे, तो आई जस्ट वेंट देयर. वो स्टॉल पे ना एक बहुत सीनियर प्रोफेसर खड़े थे, यूएस प्रोफेसर, ये some American university. So he must be around 65 70 at that time when I was around 50, 52 years old. And during discussion, I came to know he's a professor. So I said, sir, I have come to take back something as a takeaway from this conference for my institution. I need your guidance. Should I go for WebCity or Blackboard? प्रोफेसर ने मुझे ऐसे पास में लिया, कहा यंग मैन लेट्स हैव ए कप ऑफ कॉफी. चलो यहाँ नहीं बात करते. हम कैफेटेरिया में गए, कॉफी पीते पीते प्रोफेसर मुझे कहने लगे, सी यू आर फ्रॉम एन इंस्टीट्यूशन लाइक इंडिया. The budgetary provision with your institutions is comparatively very low. And we, the Americans and Europeans, have burned millions of dollars in trying the different models of e-learning. So, as a newcomer from India in this field, please don't follow us. तो ठीक है सर, यहाँ तो ठीक है, फिर करूँ क्या? उन्होंने कहा ओपन लर्निंग में जा रहे हैं, ये पेड सिस्टम में मत जा दो, ओपन लर्निंग में जा. तो वो क्या होता है? एक काम कर, मूक्स इंप्लीमेंट कर. अब मुझे वर्ड मिल गया मूक्स, वेब सिटी, ब्लैक बोर्ड, अब मूक्स भी आ गया हाथ में. बोले इसमें पैसा नहीं लगता. वो यूनिवर्सिटी वाला उतने में आया, बोले यस यू इम्प्लीमेंट मूक्स, वी विल गाइड यू, विल चार्ज यू फॉर दैट. बोला डेफिनेटली. मैं हमारा कार्ड, विजिटिंग कार्ड एक्सचेंज हो गया. आई सेड यस आई विल गो बैक टू इंडिया, आई विल राइट बैक टू यू एंड दिस एंड दैट. मीठी मीठी बात करके हाथ में हाथ मिला के मैं वापस आ गया. मैनेजमेंट को आके बोला कि ऐसे ऐसे वो अमेरिकन प्रोफेसर ने मुझे बोला है कि वो ब्लैक सिटी, वेब सिटी, ब्लैक बोर्ड ऐसे में 10-20 लाख मत खर्चा कर, ये बुक्स फ्री में यूज कर. फिर हम गूगल पे सर्च करने लगे तो हमें देखा कि अरे फ्री में ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम ही मिल रहे हैं, फिर क्यों किसी को पैसा देके ट्रेनिंग लेने की जरूरत है. I tried with my engineering professors, and surprisingly, a professor of physics, that lady came forward, sir मैं करके बताती हूँ. मैंने जरूर, आप ये करके बताइए, मैं मैनेजमेंट को स्पेशल इंक्रीमेंट के लिए रिकमेंड करता हूँ. And she implemented that. And then after that, maybe during 2010 to 15, I used to go from college to college and deliver lectures on e-learning, that move from face-to-face learning to e-learning. But what is important, in that conference of 2007, there was a discussion panel to decide what should be the combination of face-to-face and e-learning. And it was said that for undergraduate level, e-learning should not exceed 40%. E-learning should be within the range of 40%. So 60% chalk and talk undergraduate level is very important. They have to come to classroom. Though I said anytime, anywhere learning, that all for undergraduate level is limited to 40%. At post-graduation, you can reverse. And if you are offering a postgraduate program which is professional, companies want it. You have got more candidates from the companies because उसमें पैसा ज़्यादा मिलता है institution के लिए. Then maybe that you can say 80-20 model, 80% online, 20% offline. So very low face-to-face, because there the maturity level is different. But whereas undergraduate level, when they come to class mixed with the people, that develops the personality. Many of you teachers have experience, would have experienced. The batch which came after COVID, they were not knowing how to deal with others. They lost that touch. जो लोग 10वीं 11वीं 12वीं उस पीरियड में कर रहे थे, जब वो हायर एजुकेशन में आए, it was a difficult time for the teachers to handle that lot because they had lost that touch of social behavior. So hence there is a need of face-to-face learning also. Dr. Pranav, can we go to the next PowerPoint? Yes. These are certain things you can think of that. Books, as I said, some of the teachers you can just do the Google, or some of you would have already been implemented this. Flipped classroom must be known to everyone now. Then there is a MIT open courseware. You can just be a member, even individual member, and large number of knowledge base is available under this MIT open courseware. Of course, NPTEL you must be knowing. You can have those labs. If you are from engineering background, then the virtual lab facility which is called Sakshat of Minister of HRD scheme, whereby sitting in our college, student can work in the labs of about 8 to 10 IITs in the country, including 2 institutions like College of Engineering Pune and Dayalbagh Agra. You can try to implement that. You can also try to have the elicitation type of education or process flexibility. What is important is process flexibility. And can I design a course for 60 students in my class? I've got variety of delivery patterns and students can select from that. And there is a different way of combination depending on the need of the students. So we need to implement that process flexibility with the help of technology. Next PowerPoint. Dr. Pranav, next. Yes, as I was saying you, collaborative, adaptive. This was there with us. Britishers wanted that these two things in Indian education system must disappear, without which we will not be able to rule these people. Otherwise, they will have independent thinking personalities in the country, and they will never accept the Britishers. गुरुकुल में जो ये कोलैबोरेटिव और एडेप्टिव सिस्टम था वो पहले निकालने लगाया, ट्रांसपेरेंसी निकालने लगाई. And you know, in the beginning there were 3 universities who were controlling all the colleges in this country. Why? Because Britishers were not able to control at college level. They said you start colleges, your colleges are affiliated to the university, and the university will decide what you will teach. Why? Because Macaulay was behind that. And this way the affiliation type of university system came into our existence. Which is come that way. Probably I'm saying it on the wrong platform because I'm talking on the platform of BAMU. But affiliation type of university system does not exist in good part of the world. When College of Engineering Pune was affiliated to Pune University, and I had an international student who was in the Ministry of Industry and Mines for Government of Iran. And when we decided to take College of Engineering Pune as the research center and the university as Pune University, that time it was Pune University, and the ministry took the objection. They read to me, Professor, how it's possible that you are going the research center for the candidate? Our candidate is College of Engineering Pune, and the degree will be awarded by University of Pune. What does it mean? एक जगह पढ़ रहा है, एक जगह से डिग्री ले रहा है, कुछ तो झोल लग रहा है बोले आपके सिस्टम में. अब हम उनको समझा रहे, ये अफिलिएटेड कॉलेजेस है. पूछ रहे थे क्या होता है ये अफिलिएटेड कॉलेज. आई पर्सनली फेस दिस प्रॉब्लम इन यूरोपियन countries or America also. They don't understand what is affiliation system. ये क्या होता है बोले? तो फिर हमने कहा उनको एक सिंपल लैंग्वेज में, कॉलेज ऑफ इंजीनियरिंग पुणे इज अ स्टेट गवर्नमेंट बॉडी इंस्टीट्यूशन. पुणे यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ पुणे इज ऑल्सो a state government institution. You can treat College of Engineering Pune as an extended arm of Pune University. ये वर्ड उनके ध्यान में आया. ओके ओके, इट्स एन एक्सटेंडेड आर्म. Okay, okay, okay. He is learning, he is going to learn, do research in the extended arm of the university only. Fine, fine. Okay, okay. Then he was permitted by the ministry कि करो यहाँ पे. And that's the reason in new education policy, colleges have been asked to go for autonomous status and become deemed universities. So that at present, what is happened? Many of our institutions are going with a three-legged race. You know what is three-legged race? दो बंदे को खड़ा किया है, दोनों का एक एक पैर बांध दिया है. अब कहा है दौड़ो. पहले तो बेचारे 4 लेग से दौड़ सकते थे, अब तो तीन पैर से दौड़ना है. सोचिए वो दौड़ पाएंगे कि नहीं. So by developing certain kind of strong bonds in our systems of education, we have created this three-legged race in our system. And that, fortunately, now NEP 2020 is telling us, hey, come out of that. Don't have a three-legged race. You will never reach to the international standards with this three-legged race pattern. Have two-legged race only. And you can have clusters, you can have collaborations, you can have different types of tie-ups with different types of institutions. Not strong bonding, loose bonding. मतलब इंडियन मैरिज सिस्टम जैसा मत जाओ, यहाँ पे एक बार शादी होगी, जिंदगी भर साथ में रहे. If needed, should be able to change. Okay, the present generation is in a different way, but especially the old generations, हुई एक बार शादी हो गई, 7 जन्म अब हम ही साथ में रहेंगे. Something like this. So there is a need to change that, and there is a need to have a better transparent system in our education. And then need of open digital learning materials. जैसे वो अगर आप MIT open courseware देखोगे, तो you will come to know what is that open digital learning materials. They have got tremendous amount of open digital learning materials, and now many universities in developed countries have started doing that, which can be used by anyone, anytime, anywhere in their class. You are free to use that because they have put it on the public domain. And more learning pathways, as was mentioned. You can think of having more learning pathways. And then you will find that, yes, and can go to the next PowerPoint, Dr. Pranav. Our learners, if we want to have 50% gross enrollment ratio, we need to deal with heterogeneous learner. Dr. Pranav runs an institute. Once he asked me, sir, हमारे वो data science के students को lecture दो about career planning and personality development. डॉक्टर प्रणव ने जो मुझे स्टूडेंट दिए थे वो इस टाइप के थे. एक 2 बच्चे की मम्मी थी, वो कही अभी 2 बच्चे हो गए सर, छोटी वाली 3 साल की हो गई, अभी मुझसे फिर से काम करना है और डेटा साइंस में करना है. एक 3rd इंजीनियरिंग का बच्चा, एक कलकत्ता का IT कंपनी का टीम लीडर. सो दिस काइंड ऑफ heterogeneous group, when you have to deal, they come with different age groups, different income level, different learning experience, and different aspirations. एक अग्रवाल नाम के बच्चे ने मुझे कहा, मैडम ने कहा, सर बोले हमें तो जॉब करना ही नहीं है, ये प्रणव सर का हम डेटा साइंस का कोर्स तो कर रहे हैं, लेकिन इसके बाद मुझे डेटा साइंस का बिजनेस करना. हर एस्पायरेशन इज डिफरेंट. एंड डॉक्टर प्रणव, बिकॉज ऑफ हिज एक्सपीरियंस इन फ्रांस and international exposure, he is able to offer it in such a way that the same course he can offer in different methods to suit to the needs of different individuals. We from the education institution also need to have this kind of system, that is shop. kind of education or cafeteria, and increasing demand for more independent learning paths. ये learning paths अलग अलग लोगों के लिए हम दे सकना चाहिए. कोई ऑनलाइन में ज्यादा स्टडी कर रहा है वीडियो में से, कोई क्लासरूम में आके बैठ रहा है, कोई और किसी सिस्टम में जा रहा है. एंड हमारा विद द हेल्प ऑफ एआई सिस्टम ऐसा है कि एवरीथिंग वी आर एबल टू ऑफर, एंड डाइवर्सिटी ऑफ स्टूडेंट बॉडी विल बी ग्रोइंग फास्ट. उसके बिना वो 50% ग्रॉस एनरोलमेंट रेशियो मिलेगा नहीं एट नेशनल लेवल. और कैसे मिलेगा? हम बदलेंगे तो हमारा देश भी बदलेगा ना. तो हमें अपने सिस्टम में, अपने सोच में बदलाव लाना पड़ेगा एज ए टीचर. उसके बाद इंस्टीट्यूशन लेवल पे बदलाव होगा, रीजनल लेवल पे बदलाव होगा, स्टेट लेवल पे बदलाव होगा और नेशनल लेवल पे बदलाव होगा. और हम वहां पे वो 50% जो यूएस का मॉडल है आज के डेट में, वहां तक हम भी जा पाएंगे. जापान का मॉडल है, वहां हम भी जा पाएंगे जहां हमें जाना है. तो उसके लिए हम बदलेंगे, जग बदलेगा. ये हमें ध्यान में रखना. नेक्स्ट पॉइंट. So what we need to do is deliver teaching in a variety of technical formats, teaching context, target groups. Creating learning materials needs lot of craftsmanship in education design and effort. Tailor-made plus mass production. These two things are to be brought together. And here artificial intelligence comes to our rescue. Next PowerPoint, sir. So supply and demand. सप्लाई साइड में उसमें क्या होगा? लर्निंग मटेरियल, लर्निंग सर्विसेज, टीचिंग एफर्ट्स. अभी हम मैनेजमेंट की लैंग्वेज में बात कर रहे हैं, कॉर्पोरेट की लैंग्वेज में बात कर रहे हैं. एंड ऑन डिमांड साइड देयर आर लर्नर्स गोल्स एंड सोसाइटल नीड्स. यूजिंग द फर्स्ट थ्री वी विल ट्राई टू सॉल्व, provide the solutions to next two. So next PowerPoint. Now this is what is AI. I will talk about philosophy of AI. Then Dr. Pranav will speak about the AI specifically. So we find that it refers to the, in the broadest sense, simulation of human intelligence processed by computer. What does it mean? How we think, how our brain works. With the help of senses, we get the experiences. These experiences are stored in our brain in the form of cluster of neuron. This theory was put forth as a mechanism of mind by Professor Edward de Bono in the year 1960. But that time, there was no computerization to think of converting that into a computerized version. So it remained at the theory level. So AI is focusing on designing the specific systems which can make, learn, and decisions and predictions based on data. So we need to have proper methods of predictions and data-driven systems. That's very important. We need to have the systems which are data-driven. पूरा डेटा हमारे पास चाहिए. और फॉर्चुनेटली अगर हमारा डेटा कंपनी के पास जा सकता है तो हमारे स्टूडेंट का डेटा हमारे पास क्यों नहीं आएगा? एंड देन deep learning is a subset of machine learning. Of course, Dr. Pranav will speak more into that, which is specific set of algorithms for the neural network. So मैंने जो न्यूरल कहा था, combination of neural, cluster of neuron, वही यहाँ मशीन में कर रहे हैं, often with many layers. So these layers form perceptions and patterns of perceptions in case of individuals, human being, and machine is trying to copy that. So जैसे brain काम करता है वैसे machine काम करने की कोशिश कर रही है. That is AI. Next PowerPoint, sir. So AI helps the managers. Managers mean person who manages the thing to anticipate the customer behavior. In our case, it could be the student behavior, the parents' behavior who are paying for it. Predict the market trends. अभी जो Gen Z है और उसके अगले वाली जो जनरेशन आ रही है, their trends would be different. We need to have a different teaching methodologies to tackle them. Otherwise, they will throw away the teacher from the class. Because they have got, since birth, they have got exposure to the knowledge. They are born in information era. They have too much of the information with them. So we need to have a different methodology to track with them. Track the customer purchase history. So you need to have a tracking of students' history. कहाँ से आया है, क्या पढ़ कर आया है. Different students will have different background. Someone will come with 2 years experience, someone come with 10 years experience, someone is a fresher. Understand the browsing patterns. This is one more thing. Depending on the browsing patterns of the individuals, different types of products are offered to them. हम जब Google कर रहे हैं, someone is observing us. That AI is observing us. हम क्या कर रहे हैं? और कहीं हम जो कुछ कर रहे हैं वो डेटा बेचा जा रहा है. और डेटा यूज करके कोई कंपनी ये सोच रही है कि ये मेरा अगला बकरा है. आज के दिन में उसे रोकना तो संभव नहीं है, लेकिन उससे साथ जाओ. चलो जमाने के साथ चलो टाइप. We'll have to develop ourselves also. And this will help us to predict the future customer preferences. 10 साल पुराने स्टूडेंट्स का प्रेफरेंस अलग था, आज के स्टूडेंट का प्रेफरेंस अलग है. आज स्टूडेंट एडमिशन लेता है तो बोलता है आपका प्लेसमेंट रिकॉर्ड बताइए, आपने कितने प्लेसमेंट किए हैं, क्या पैकेज पे जॉब दिया है, बच्चे कहाँ कहाँ है पास आउट. ये सब देखकर लोग आज एडमिशन ले रहे हैं. तो प्रेफरेंसेस अच्छे हैं. We need to follow this track and implement the mass customization. So implementing mass customization is what AI can do for us. And here is the beauty of implementing AI in education. Next 4 points. Yeah, there is AI helps to analyze the data in real time. Risk management, जब हम कोई नई चीज करते हो तो रिस्क होती है. With the help of AI, it can be reduced to some extent. Then identify, mitigate the risk before it escalates. Before a problem comes, through AI, we can be on constant watch and the problem can be solved at a very early stage. Problem बड़ा होने के बाद solution में लाने, उसके से बाद solution सोचने से पहले ही छोटा है तभी उसको हम solution निकाल सकते हैं with the help of artificial intelligence. Also, we can detect the anomalies, patterns. जैसे मैंने कहा कि whole internationally everyone can be your student, लेकिन उसमें anomalies रहेंगे. Potential risk. आपका पूरा डेटा है, आपका पूरा सेशन ही कोई चुरा के ले जा रहा है, अपने नाम पे बेच रहा है. ऐसे ना हो, इसके लिए एआई आपको सपोर्ट करेगा. Track the fraudulent activities and cyber security breaches. Here also AI can be supportive to us. Next part. Now the question is, Dr. Pranav is here as an expert. The question is, can AI can do everything like a human being, but can AI have emotions, feelings? And answer is no. AI can't have emotions and feelings. It means any problem that is to be solved with empathy. आपको पता होगा डिजाइन थिंकिंग में स्टेप 1 क्या है? एम्पैथी. Put on the shoes of the customer to understand where it pinches. First understand the problem and then give a solution. I have my program on 5 Vedic laws of success, which I offer for the mid-career executives. So what we do, we first say कि आपका प्रॉब्लम क्या है, आपको दिक्कत क्या आ रही है काम करने में आज के दिन, फिर उस दिक्कत को सॉल्व करते करते हुए प्रोग्राम ऑफर करना पड़ेगा, then it will be more suitable. AI can do that. AI, now the latest AI models can have sense. अरे आपका इमोशन बदल गया है, आप चिढ़ गए हो, कैसे? आपकी आवाज से, टोन से, आपके फेशियल एक्सप्रेशन से, अपने कैमरा से वो कैच करेगा और देखेगा कि अरे इसका फेशियल एक्सप्रेशन चेंज हो गया। अब उसके पास प्रोग्राम है कि ऐसा होने के बाद मुझे क्या करना है। टू बी सक्सेसफुल व्हाट यू नीड इज ईगल्स आई, लायंस हर्ट एंड अ वुमन्स वॉइस। अभी ये एआई मशीन क्या करेगी, रोबोटिक्स उसका, वो इमीडिएट वुमन्स वॉइस पे शिफ्ट हो जाएगा। मीठी मीठी बात, काम करवा लेना है यार, गहने चाहिए, अभी दिवाली आ रही है, क्या दे रहे हो मुझे दिवाली पे, ये इस टाइप में। जब आप गहने खरीदने का सोच रहे हो तो बातें बड़ी मीठी मीठी चलेगी घर में। तो it can sense the feeling, but it cannot have the feeling. So anything that is to be done with empathy, AI cannot do. Here human beings are better. तो यहाँ पे हमने एक एग्जांपल लिया है कि क्रिएटिविटी जो है ये एआई के पास नहीं है, आउट ऑफ बॉक्स थिंकिंग नहीं है, उसको बॉक्स दे देते हैं। प्रणव जैसे लोग उसको बॉक्स देते हैं, वो अपने बॉक्स में ही चलता है। ये आउट ऑफ बॉक्स थिंकिंग, अगर मैं आपको अभी टाइम नहीं है, लेकिन आई वुड हैव गिवन दिस एग्जांपल, ये ड्रॉ 4 स्ट्रेट लाइन्स एंड कनेक्ट दिस 9 पॉइंट्स। अगर आप करने जाओगे तो वी विल फाइंड दैट मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द पीपल ट्राई टू मूव द हैंड विद इन द क्वाड्रेंगल। ये जो चौकोन दिख रहा है ना, उसी में हाथ घूमते रहता है। पैटर्न ऑफ परसेप्शन ऑफ रेक्टेंगल इन अवर माइंड इज वेरी वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग। तो नेक्स्ट पावर पॉइंट सर, आई वांट टू गिव टाइम डॉक्टर प्रणव ऑल्सो. So there is a simple technique, creative pause given by Dr. Edward de Bono. Stop thinking for 20 seconds. All Fortune 500 companies try to ask their executives to do this. Dr. Pranav invited me to deliver a lecture on philosophy of Gen AI to the IT managers of nationalized bank. There were about 43 managers. So हमने वो जो अभी पहला आपको प्रॉब्लम बताया, वो प्रॉब्लम दिया. Dr. Pranav is witness to that. Then we asked them to take a creative pause. अब बैंक मैनेजर्स रहने से हर चीज बहुत सीरियसली कर रहे थे, उन लोगों ने ये क्रिएटिव पॉज भी बहुत सिंसियरली लिया. फिर हमने कहा वो प्रॉब्लम फिर से एक बार सॉल्व कीजिए. सरप्राइजिंगली आउट ऑफ 43, 2 could do that. Recently I tried this example, repeated this example with a group of MBA students in a college where they are not so sincere in doing anything. वहां क्रिएटिव पॉज लिया तो भी किसी को भी सोल्यूशन नहीं आया. आउट ऑफ बॉक्स थिंकिंग जाने के लिए ये क्रिएटिव पॉज परफेक्टली लेते आना चाहिए, और इंडियन नॉलेज सिस्टम में इसका सोल्यूशन दिया है कैसे लेना चाहिए क्रिएटिव पॉज. देयर द ब्यूटी ऑफ इंडियन नॉलेज सिस्टम कम्स इनटू पिक्चर, बिकॉज ऑफ व्हिच यू कैन बी बेटर देन एआई as individuals. Next PowerPoint. Okay. Actually, this is the solution. So that red zone is the out of box thinking. So naturally ये खेल खेलना, ये सोल्यूशन निकालना आज के लिए हमें पॉसिबल नहीं है इस सेशन में, बट ये वो सोल्यूशन है. जनरली हम ये जो रेक्टेंगुलर सेक्शन है उससे बाहर हमारा हाथ जाता नहीं है, क्योंकि इससे की फिगर हमने कभी निकाली नहीं है. Because of that, the pattern of perception of rectangle in our mind is very very strong, जो वो डीप लर्निंग में यूज होता है. नेक्स्ट पॉइंट डॉक्टर प्रणव. या so this is that mechanism of mind book written by Dr. Edward de Bono. So सोचिए कि हमने एक प्लेटफॉर्म लिया है, थोड़ा सॉफ्ट वुड का है, और जो कंचे खेलते थे ना बचपन में, वो कंचे उस पे ऊपर से डाल रहे हैं, वो क्या हो जाएंगे, कंचे इधर उधर फैल जाएंगे उसमें. हमने उसको थोड़ा सा टेढ़ा किया तो क्या हो जाएगा, वो सब कंचे एक ही दिशा में जाना चालू करेंगे। आपने देखा होगा अपने गांव में हर साल जब बारिश आती है ना, तो एक ही डायरेक्शन में वो पानी का फ्लो बहता है, क्योंकि वो जमीन में वो ग्रू बन जाता है जिससे वो पानी जाना पसंद करता है। तो इसी टाइप का ग्रू हमारे ब्रेन में बन जाता है व्हेन वी गेट सिमिलर एक्सपीरियंसेस अगेन एंड अगेन। अब ये ग्रू बनाना, ग्रू को यूज करना, वो ग्रू के हिसाब से डिसीजन लेना, ये सब ये एआई एक्सपर्ट्स वो मशीन को सिखाते हैं। इन आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस, मशीन लर्निंग, डीप लर्निंग, ये सब उसके डेप्थ स्टेजेस है, डेप्थ है। लेकिन आगे जो है वहां एआई रुक जाता है। एम्पैथी, क्रिएटिविटी, वो नहीं कर सकते, एंड वहां पे दैट्स वेयर द इंडियन नॉलेज सिस्टम विल कम इनटू पिक्चर। नेक्स्ट पॉइंट, नेक्स्ट पीपीटी सर। ओके, now if I want to creative pause, improve my creative pause, what is needed is stop thinking for 20 seconds. When we try to do that, it becomes difficult. Now Indian knowledge system says the time to take that pause is sunrise and sunset, local sunrise and sunset, where the nature is tuned for the mind to be tranquil. आप देखिए आपके गांव में आज सनसेट के समय थोड़ा सा ऑब्जर्व कीजिए, चिड़ियों के, पक्षियों के आवाज रुक जाते हैं। दे नो हाउ दैट दैट्स द टाइम टू टेक द क्रिएटिव पॉज। हम भूल गए हैं, इंसान भूल गए हैं, उनको याद है। Then if you can do it in a sacrificial environment where the percentage of negative ions in the environment is more, percentage of negative ions in the environment is more wherever the water collides. That's a different theory. We'll not go into that depth of it again. So near the beaches, near the waterfalls, in the gardens, even in the presence of trees, the percentage of negative ions is more. That's the reason when we go there, we feel fresh. And same way, it is also there in the sacrificial environment. This is out of a research of a Berkeley University by Professor Kruger. He found that what has come from the ancient wisdom, it is not only Indian, ancient wisdom about sacrificial way of living. There the percentage of negative ions is more. And गावित्री हवन वाले जो लोग हैं उनके बुक में ये रेफरेंस उन्होंने दिया है। So sacrificial environment at the time of sunrise and sunset becomes a catalyst to reach the tranquility of mind. So that new way of thinking can come into picture. Boosting, it can help to boost the personality development. So this is what is the base of Indian knowledge system, along with understanding what is the personality of the individuals, which is a unique in its nature, because the personal next small point, sir. Personality word has come from the verb persona, means to mask. Sir, next PPT. पर मास लगा के हम 5 मिनट 10 मिनट थोड़ी देर रुक सकते हैं। ऑन ए लॉन्ग टर्म बेसिस हमें अंदर से बदलना होगा। ये अंदर से बदलने के लिए जो सॉल्यूशन दिया गया है, इसे पंचकोश कहते हैं। बहुत लोगों को पता भी होगा। अन्नमय कोश, प्राणमय कोश, मनोमय कोश, विज्ञानमय कोश और आनंदमय कोश। ये 5 कोशों का विकास मतलब हमारे व्यक्तिमत्व का विकास। वी आर पुटिंग इट इन आवर मॉडर्न मैन्स लैंग्वेज एज फूड शीट। तो स्ट्रेटेजिक ईटिंग, स्ट्रेटेजिक एक्सरसाइजिंग, breathe chic, strategic breathing, because breathe and mind are two sides of the same coin. Then mind shifts. If the mind can remain in present as much as possible, it's fresh. And when it is fresh, it can work in an empathetic manner more. And this kind of mind will be superior than what can be done by artificial intelligence. And knowledge shift, gaining the knowledge about the things which are required to be there. And a bliss shift means trying to be happy in all types of situations. Next PowerPoint. Now, what one can have, we found in one of our research is every day we have got large number of appointments with many people. 5 minutes we can have appointment with the self as a development of this bliss shift. Minute one, remember the mistakes, whatever we have done because of which will not grow. I want to be a professor whose monthly income from consultancy is 10 times the salary. Now the mistakes because of which I cannot reach to that level. Then resolve that this mistake I will not do. Plan the day's important work. मुझे अगले 24 घंटे में क्या करना है. Wherever we have faith, pray, because out of that, a power from within comes to help us for that, to support it. And then take a creative pause for 20 seconds. If you do that at a time of sunrise and sunset, as a 5 minutes exercise, you will find that your mind starts working in a different manner. And because of that, we become a different kind of person. When I was at Nanded AGGS, I had incorporated all these 5 shifts and all these things in the curriculum of engineering education for first engineering for as a 6 hours module. And we found that some of the students were really different. And अभी जो मैंने वो अपॉइंटमेंट विद द सेल्फ बोला है, ये मेरे एक अंडर ग्रेजुएट स्टूडेंट ने उसके प्रोजेक्ट में ये बनाया. He was working on development of Kaizen consciousness, continuous improvement as a project of production engineering. And he came up with this model, that idea of 5 minutes appointment with the self, which I found to be very effective. And I said, इसके बाद मैं तेरा ये मॉडल यूज करूंगा आगे चल के. इसको आज 20-25 साल हो गए. And still I am using that and I am finding that people are getting benefits out of it. So next PowerPoint, sir. It's for questions, but then we can take the questions after Dr. Pranav Nehru. Yes, Dr. Pranav, please take over.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Is there any break here or should I continue?
No. Are the organizers here? Anyone from organizers? Okay, if they ask us, then we will take a break. Till then, you
Okay.
start continuing. Yes.
I will just check in the chat if. Okay. So, thank you, Professor Kallurkar, for the opportunity and also the organizers. My topic is about giving you what is machine learning, deep learning, and AI. What is the relationship between these three terms? So, can anyone in the chat give us any idea if they know what is the relationship between these terms AI for artificial intelligence and machine learning and deep learning? Anyone who can type in the chat and share their thoughts. Don't worry about right answer, wrong answer, but whatever you know, please share in the chat. We will wait for 10 seconds. Okay, so deep learning, we have some answers. Deep learning must be by human beings, algorithm-based learning system. Okay, thank you for your answer. Anyone else? While AI and machine learning is artificial. Okay. Okay. So we have some very interesting answers. We will explore these terms AI, machine learning, deep learning, also in the context of education. AI is the field of science and technology, which is a very broad field. It has multiple subtopics. One of them is machine learning, and within machine learning, we have a subtopic which is the deep learning. This is the relationship between AI, machine learning, and deep learning. AI is the superset. So, and machine learning is the superset of deep learning. Okay. So, that means AI has multiple technologies, such as machine learning is one of them. And machine learning has multiple technologies, and deep learning is one of the technologies of machine learning. Now, everyone has heard about AI, everywhere we hear AI. Can you give me one example of where do you feel AI is, affecting you? Do you feel that you are using AI in your day-to-day life? Can you give me one example of how you are interacting with AI in your day-to-day life? Any in the chat? Day-to-day life. How are you using AI in your day-to-day life? Lesson preparation. Okay. So for educators like you and I, lesson preparation is definitely something where AI is useful. Any other things like, okay, Photoshop, writing. So we have here Photoshop. We have writing, maybe some assignments. Okay, any other way preparing PowerPoints? Excellent. So I will just write PPT creations. Any other way predicting sports performance and injury for answers of topics? Okay. So I can see everyone here is highly responsive. I thank everyone for that. So sports performance and prediction of injury. Okay, I will just check if other answers are there. Visualization, answering of topics, video creation. Okay, so videos, video creation, question answers. Anyone else wants to write anything, please don't hesitate to answer in our chat. Research paper writing, visual creations. Okay, so research papers and visual techniques. Okay, paraphrasing. And yes, we have research papers here. One more. So paraphrasing. So many uses of AI in your day-to-day life. I can see that several of you have answered, and definitely each one has something to contribute to this question. And I feel that already you have a very good level of awareness of AI technologies in the field of education. So that is excellent. Let me tell you about the different parts of AI, because everyone hears these terms AI, machine learning, deep learning, And previously, I was talking about the relationship between them. When it comes to AI and machine learning in particular, then we have some specific uh, terminologies that we need to understand. Okay, so just I will. So far, we have seen that AI is a superset of machine learning, which is a superset of deep learning, and then generative AI is also a superset of deep learning. So, when we are speaking about AI and machine learning, we have, you know, two major types of problems. One is the regression problems, one is the classification problems. So, have you heard about these terms, regression and classification, before? Okay, so although it looks, uh, it is, very new for those, for all of you, but don't worry, these terms are very easy to understand. Just you have to listen attentively. Look at the two figures that are there on the screen. Okay, this is the figure of regression, and this is the figure or illustration for classification. Classification means we are trying to understand the data belongs to which part. For example, will it be hot or cold tomorrow? So there is a possibility that there will be cold, or second possibility is that it will be hot. There are only two possibilities, limited, finite possibilities. So whenever our prediction is going to have finite possibilities, we say it is classification. And when the prediction is going to have infinite possibilities, like what is the temperature going to be tomorrow? So there are infinite possibilities. So infinite possibilities are there in the prediction, so it is regression, and finite possibilities are there, then it is known as classification. Okay, so I'm writing here finite and infinite. How are infinite possibilities predicted and how are finite possibilities predicted? That is another thing, but remember that whenever you are predicting finite possibilities, then it is called classification. And when you are predicting infinite possibilities, then it is the problem called regression. So, if I ask you, can you tell me if I want to predict the number of sales, or if I want to predict the email, it is spam or not. Or if I want to predict the marks of that student in the paper. So which of these, this is the question number 1, question number 2, and question 3. So which of this is regression and which is classification? Can you please give your answers in the chat? Remember that regression means the prediction can have infinite possibilities, but classification means the prediction will have finite possibilities. Okay, so we have regression for this problem. Okay, so question 3 is regression. What about question 1 and 2? In question 1, we are trying to predict the amount of sales. In question 2, we are trying to predict whether the email is spam or not spam. What about these two questions? Are they regression or classification? Hey, think everyone, what about these two questions? Is it a regression or is it classification? Email, whether it is spam or not. If there are finite possibilities, then it is classification. If the prediction has infinite possibilities, then it is regression. What about question 1 and 2? The number of sales, will it be classification or regression? So question 2, as we have received the answer that it is classification. Yes, because we are trying to predict whether the email is spam or not spam. Only two possibilities are there. And so it is a classification problem. And question 1, we are trying to predict the amount of sales. So this is a regression problem because the amount of sales can be having infinite possibilities. And this is also, what the generative AI is doing. See, in generative AI, if you read about the generative AI, these are all next token predictors. Next token predictors. So what is token? When I write a sentence, I want to eat and dash. So there is a token here. These are called tokens. Token 1, 2, 3, and 4. And what is this token? What will be the prediction for this token? So this can be, I want to eat lunch, I want to eat dinner, I want to eat breakfast. So these are the possible answers. And there are only a limited possibilities of answers that a token can have. And so the token which has the highest probability will be selected and that will be the answer of this. So generative AI is the next token predictor. It is also a type of classification system. So when we see machine learning, the question is, how do machine learning systems work? So let me create a machine learning system for you. House price prediction. Okay. If someone asks you on what basis the house price is decided, then can you give me in the chat some factors on the basis of which house price is decided? Okay. So we have one as location, we have facilities and uses. Any other factors on which house price is decided? Think on this. These are very simple. I'm sure everyone has some house. So on what basis will that price of that house be decided? The condition and anyone else? wants to contribute to what factors will the house price prediction be? Okay. So several factors we have listed here, and each factor has its own weight, and together the house price is decided after the weight of each factor is clear to us. Let us say this is factor x1 and x2. So if we are deciding the price, then the price will be the weight of x1 plus we have some other weight of x2, then we have some other weight of x3 and so on. If we know the weight, then we can decide what will be the price. Each factor has some weight. So let us take a example where there is only one factor, size, and on the basis of size, the price is decided. I will call size as x1 and price as y. What if the size is 10, 20, 30, and 40, and the price is also 10, 20, 30, and 40? Okay. So when the size of the house, this is house size, and this is the price of the house. And size is the only factor that decides the price. For now, we are assuming that. So if I ask you, what about size is 50, what will be the price of the house? Look at the data, and can anyone tell me what will be the price if the size is 50? We are trying to build a house price prediction system. You can answer in the chat. Think on this. Look at the table. We have the given data here, and size is 10, the price is 10. If the size of the house is 10, then the price of the house is 10. When the size of the house is 20, the price is 20. When the size is 30, the price is 30. And when size is 40, the price is 40. So what about the price when size is 50? Can anyone tell us how much will be the value here? Think, look at the table, and what do you feel will be the value in the question mark? So we have one answer that the price will be 50. And why not? Because see, previous history is telling us, so that's what we will predict. If the previous history is giving us the relation y is equal to x1, then my future will also be the same. This is called as history, or what we call as training data. So when this training data is given to us, we are able to make the test correctly. And this is known as the machine learning model or AI model. Whatever term you use, it is an equation between the input. This is the input and this is the output. So given the input and output, we can make future predictions. This is also the future data, unknown data, you can say, or real world data. Whatever name you want, you can use for this. On basis of past or history data, we are able to learn a machine learning model and make prediction for the future data. When x1 is 50, then this equation will give me y also as 50. Okay. So this is what we are interested in, that listen to the previous data, learn from previous data, and make the next predictions. So this is exactly what AI does. It tracks the history. Suppose you are going to a website and searching for maybe Diwali products like Diwali sweets. Have you noticed that when you go to a new website, you will get advertisements of that Diwali sweets only? Or you will get some coupons for buying Diwali sweets, or you will get some uh, idea ads, advertisements, or some pop-ups, maybe some emails for advertising of Diwali sweets, just because you were searching also for Diwali sweets. So this search history, okay, when we are searching on the internet, this search history, you have searched for Diwali sweets. And when you are going to a new website, you are getting the ads of Diwali sweets or some offers or some ads. So how does that work? AI has understood that you are searching for Diwali sweets, and so it is showing you advertisements which are exactly based on what you are searching. This is called as targeted advertising, and it is one of the prominent examples in today's world of how AI is able to give you targeted ads that you are looking for, and it is increasing its advertising revenue. So similarly, AI has multiple such uses. It learns from history and it is able to create a profile for the future. Many examples are there. That is why your data is the new oil. If you have heard this, that many people have said data is the new oil. And do you know this company Reliance? It is famous for, it started for, oil, for selling oil from Gulf countries to India and refining it. Today, if you mirror this, okay, this is the mirror, and take a book in your hand, write the word oil on it, and go to the mirror and see what happens to that oil. It becomes this new word. Okay, and this word is geo. So see how Reliance reinvented itself with the use of data. Earlier, it was in the field of oil, oil manufacturing, oil products, oil refining, oil refineries, petrol pumps, diesel, petrol, gas, in that field. And today it has reinvented itself into geo. So the word geo itself is the mirror of the word oil. You can, do an exercise, take the word oil, show it in the mirror, and you will get the word geo in return. So it is not a coincidence that this has happened, that the Reliance industry has chosen the word geo for its products. It is, it has this relationship that geo is the mirror image of oil. And that is why people have said that data is the new oil. Oil is no longer going to be so much important as data is going to be important. That is why all search engines, all websites, they are tracking the user activity. which places is the user clicking, what is the attention span, which products is he liking. So on basis of that data, the website learns about the user profile and it uses the user profile for providing customized resources for the person. As our previous speaker, Professor Kallurkar said, that mass customization is now possible with the help of AI because AI is tracking your moves on the internet and creating a profile for each user. Going ahead. So in education field, AI has multiple uses. I know that all of you are coming from different backgrounds. Let me ask you one question. How many of you are writing programs on a day-to-day basis, either for teaching or for learning? How many of you are working on any programming language? And if you are, then which is the programming language that you are using? And if you are not, then you can just write no. But please give in the chat your response. If you are using a programming language, mention the name. And if you are not using any, then just write no. So I get an idea about this audience. Okay. So, okay, we are seeing some responses, but we have 90 participants, except other than myself and Kallurkar sir and the organizer, we are still 85 participants. We have 85 participants. So I request everyone to give their answer in the chat. If you are using any programming language for day-to-day basis, then mention that language in the chat. Otherwise, you just write no. Okay, so we have a few answers. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What about others? Please respond. If you are using any programming language, then give the name or you can just write, the word no. Okay. So I can see that several of you have answered. Okay. So don't worry about programming language. See, for AI, you may be of multiple fields. Okay. You are all educators. You have been using AI and you do not need to know any programming language for the use of AI. AI has completely reinvented the world of programming. Earlier, programming was a necessity, but today we do not need to write any programs. We can get AI to work for us and write program for us. Just we need to be self-sufficient with this term, prompt engineering. How many of you have heard this term? Can anyone in the chat give an explanation of what is this term, prompt engineering? Anyone can just write in the chat what is the meaning of this term, prompt engineering. Any meaning, it does not have to be any formal definition. You can just write what you feel about this, what do you think about this term, prompt engineering. I'm sure every one of you know or have used this. Any thoughts? Okay. So I have got a very deep and structured response from one of our attendees that okay, it is a powerful tool to help AI generate relevant and coherent responses. This is excellent. We just have to communicate with AI in a structured manner in order to get the appropriate response from AI. Suppose, so here I have collected a list of multiple projects of AI. Some are we will see them. The good news is that earlier you will have to write, maybe 100 lines of code for implementing such kind of topics, but today that is not needed. Today you can implement this with prompt engineering. You just have to make sure that you are writing in a structured manner. So suppose I want you to see one of the very good uses of AI. The use of AI is to write an, let us say, summarize an article. So can you write a prompt that will summarize an article? You are reading a research paper and you want to summarize the article. So how will you write the prompt for that problem? Can anyone give in the chat the prompt which will be useful for summarizing a article? Okay, I will wait for 1 minute, give you time to think. Give me the prompt for summarizing the article. Think on this. I will give you 1 minute's time and then we will see how we can work on this. Okay, you have to write the prompt and give in the chat. It should be a prompt for summarizing a article. Article can be any, document or text. For ChatGPT, you have to write, say, suppose you are using ChatGPT, then what will be the message that you will write? That message is called prompt. So what will be that prompt or message that you will write on ChatGPT for summarizing the article? ChatGPT is correct, but I want you to write the message for summarizing an article. Okay, anyone can share what message will you, give to ChatGPT so that it will summarize an article for you. Okay, so uh, one thing that we can practice today is how should we write a prompt? Because prompt engineering is one of the useful tools that every educator should know. One of the effective strategies for writing prompt is called as the chain of thought. This chain of thought is writing the prompt in a step-by-step manner. First, you will write the steps. You have to actually write it in this way on ChatGPT. If you want, I can show you an example. I will just share my, share some paragraph with you. Okay, so let us see. I hope you can see this message. I will give in the chat. I am giving a message in the chat. The way this message is structured, take some time and read the way the person has written the prompt on ChatGPT. This is for ChatGPT, the way the person has written the prompt. First, the person has mentioned the article text. Then the person has written an instruction that generate dense summaries. Then the person has given step 1, identify, step 2, write, then guidelines, guidelines 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, and finally, the person has ended by one instruction or note and also an example and then output. So see the way the person has written a prompt. In the chat, you will find this prompt. This is called as the chain of density or chain of thought. In this, we write our prompt in a very systematic and step-by-step manner. The advantage of writing the prompt in this systematic manner is that it will be easier for ChatGPT to respond appropriately. And respond to you in a very correct manner. And you will find that, no, I am given in the chat, in our group chat. I hope I have given in the group chat for everyone. You can also search the chain of density prompt. Okay, so this was for the way of writing the prompts, which will be easier for everyone to, easier for ChatGPT to answer. If you want, I can again paste this in the chat, or anyway, don't worry, we will be sharing with you the presentation and other details. So at that time, you will anyway get access to all the content. So further, other than prompt engineering, the advantage of prompt engineering is that you do not have to write the code. The chat GPT will write the code for you. You just have to explain what project you want to build and in a step-by-step manner. What are the AI projects that can be taught to students in the class? AI can do many things, but I have written some collection of short projects which those who are very new to AI field, they can start with these projects for educating, and also they can teach their students these projects in their education. First is the digit recognition or handwriting recognition project. This was one of the oldest projects. It started in 1997 by a team of Jan Lincoln, a very prominent scientist in the field of AI. And that person has created a system of AI model that can recognize the handwritten digits. So if there is a photo, and in that photo some number is given, then AI will be able to recognize that this number is 40006.8, or any photo is given, then AI will be able to recognize the alphabet or numbers that are present in that photo. Quite a useful technique, especially for optical character recognition. Optical character recognition means that recognize the characters present in the image. This field is very useful. It allows for translation. It has many applications. One is image to text. So if you have any image, you can collect the text information from that image, or you can use it for translation. If you have any document or photo that has some text which you want to translate, then you can use this technology. In short, it is called OCR, for optical character recognition. It is for automated sorting of data. Let us say you have to identify the number plate of vehicle, or you want to identify the letters based on the PIN code. If you have received an envelope and you want to read the PIN code and sort it, then also this field is very useful. So optical character recognition is one of the oldest applications and one of the most useful applications. I told you that there is machine learning is a subset of deep learning. Let me show you what is the difference between machine learning. We have machine learning here and we have deep learning. Machine learning is when your data is structured or data is in the form of tables. Tables means it is either a Excel sheet, or it is some comma separated value, or some database. So all these things have data in the form of tables, which will look something like this. This is the size and this is the price. Okay, and some information will be there. In deep learning, data is raw, and raw data, it can have image, it can have video, it can have audio, it can have text, it can have signals. So raw data can have this form, whereas structured data is in the form of tables. Now tell me, humans, do they interact more with tables or do they interact more with raw data? What do you feel? As human beings, is your interaction more with tables or is your interaction more with raw data? Okay, we have one answer which says raw data. How many of you agree? Or do you feel that people interact more with tables? Think of this. Normal people in their day-to-day life, are they interacting with tables or are they interacting with image, video, audio, signal, text, voice? What about others? I have the same people answering all questions. I hope others are also listening and they are able to participate. Don't hesitate to participate and put your answers in the chat. Okay. So that is good that everyone agrees that raw data is, something that we interact with more on a day-to-day basis. And that is the difference between machine learning and deep learning. Machine learning focuses on tables, whereas deep learning focuses on data that humans interact with on a day-to-day basis. So this is the difference between machine learning and deep learning. Because deep learning systems are systems that focus more on data that humans interact with. The aim is to achieve human level performance. Okay? Human level performance. Either it can be on writing articles or creating presentations or identifying image or creating image or creating videos. All these tasks, the aim is to achieve human level performance. And that is why deep learning is very successful, because deep learning is focusing on tasks where humans are very good and AI wants to be as good as humans. That is why achieving human level performance. So deep learning applications, you will find that self-driving car or photo tagging or generative AI or visualizations. There is also the automated social media filters. So many applications are there of deep learning in our day-to-day life. So it is always, with the aim of reducing human efforts and building systems that can perform as good as humans are performing. That is why it is very close to our day-to-day life. All these applications are things that humans, or even it can be chatbots. All these applications are where humans are very interactive and they interact with humans on a day-to-day basis. So even when this is the difference between machine learning and deep learning. So coming back to the projects, see, this is also a very popular project for those who are very new to AI. This is a data set, and on this data set, people are practicing the job of object classification. That means whether in the image there is dog, or in the image there is car, or in the image there is beach. So identify the different objects present in that image. In fact, there was a annual competition which was by this institute, ImageNet. I think it stopped in 2016, but every year this competition was conducted where AI systems would try to recognize the objects present in the different image, whether it is car, dogs, animals, birds, day-to-day objects. And it is a very good learning resource because you will find here AI technologies, you will find data, you will find research papers, everything, and even you will find source code for learning how to build AI systems for object classification. Similarly, other projects which every newcomer to AI should also be very familiar with, it is the flower recognition. So this project is very old. It was for recognizing which flower it is. So some flower properties like sepal and petal length were recorded, and on the basis of which we could decide what kind of flower is that. Is it a setosa flower, versicolor flower, or virginica flower? And then came fashion recognition that identify the cloth item on the basis of the image. Other projects like identify fraud transactions. That means if there are any fraudulent transactions, then identify or be able to identify these transactions. Or comment classification. See, this is very useful because social media people are commenting on activities, but some of the comments are toxic comments. So we have to identify and block such comments. So social media has also started automated comment classification, and many projects are there on this text classification, that is emotions present in the text. Although AI is not capable of empathy, it is not capable of emotions, but it can recognize the emotions that is visible on the face or written in the text. There may be other interesting project where AI can be applied is fake news detection or correction of the grammar in the text. How many of you use this software, Grammarly? Is there anyone who use this software, Grammarly? Just one out of 90. Others, they have never heard of this software, Grammarly. Okay, just we have 2 out of 85. Sorry, 90 participants. So I really recommend you all to go on this website Grammarly and use this for two things. One is writing research papers, plagiarism removal, correction of grammar. It is a very useful tool. Now it has used created a new feature called AI writing. That means it will also, even subscription may not be needed. It is free also. Some features are paid, but definitely free version is also there. You can start with the free version. And also, if as a AI educator, I said that we must be able to recognize AI writing, and this GPT-0, this is a very good website, which is a very useful application of recognizing AI writing. Remember that when you are writing research papers, you have to be very careful. Nowadays, plagiarism tools have come like Turnitin, which recognize AI writing also. And if they flag your research paper as AI written, then you will be blacklisted. So use AI like this GPT-0 website for searching and identifying whether the tool is written or whether the research paper is written with AI. Even one more thing that AI can be useful for learners, educators, it is in the field of job search. How many of you have heard this term ATS, applicant tracking score? Anyone has heard about this system? ATS. No one. So it is for resume writing, especially if you are dealing with students and students are searching for jobs and there is a struggle now and they want to know why they are not receiving any response. So in that case, you can ask the student to visit websites like Skill Sinker. This is one website. There is another website like Resume Score or Insta Resume. So all these websites, they check the ATS score of your resume. And if your ATS score is 90 and above 90, then your resume is a good fit for the job. So this is possible with the use of AI tools. Earlier, we had manual checking of resume and the role of HR was very important. But now even HR is depending on this ATS score for resume screening. So make sure that today, whenever your students are applying for jobs, internships, guide them to use these AI tools in their preparation of their CV or resume. This is very useful tool for educators as well. So generative AI, the topic on which I have spoken a lot, but I will just finish my main points of discussion and then allow you to go for a quiz. So generative AI, it is the field of deep learning that is used for creating content. And content can be text, content can be documents, it can be image, and now we are seeing that it can also be videos. Many types of contents are getting created with the use of generative AI. Earlier, AI was taking as input, taking two things, input and output. Okay? Right now, AI has started learning from previous data. Now the data can be internet, it can be open resources, and it has started producing content of this. Text models are Gemini is one thing, Claude is there, GPT is there. There are also many websites now. There is also Grok, Llama. Many websites or many tools are there for creating content, and these may not be free. So for free tools, you can go to this website Hugging Face. And in this Hugging Face, there are many models. There are text models, there are question answer models, there are video models, there are image generation models. Many models are there. Many different generative AI tools are there, which are useful for creating different types of content. The names of few of these models I have written here, which you can use for creating innovative, engaging content like presentations or maybe assignments or images for engaging your audience. All of these are based on core technologies that we have seen: machine learning and deep learning. And those who are into technology and coding, for them, I recommend to read these tools like autoencoders, GANs, and transformers. In many creative industries as well as businesses, such softwares are being used. Remember that generative AI is collecting data, and if you are, into if you have some critical data that you do not want generative AI to use, then use this website platform.openai.com. On this website, they have offer a playground, and this playground is similar to ChatGPT, but this does not collect any data. Plus, it is customizable. Remember that GPT, this generative AI tools, they have tokens and temperature, two important settings that you have to configure for getting good results. The first setting, tokens, it decides the size of the response. If you set tokens as 10, then the answer will only have 10 tokens. If you set the tokens as 4,000, then your answer will be 4,000. So tokens decide the size, and temperature decides the reliability. If temperature is usually between 0 and 1, 0 means that your application will always give the standard answer, whereas 1 means the application will give it may give different answers for the same question, because for one question we can have multiple answers also. But if you set the temperature to 0, then your AI model will always give the same response. But if you set it higher than 0, if the temperature is higher than 0, then your response can be different. They can be creative. You can get different context. And remember that in every prompt, there are two parts. There is a system part and a user query part. So system is the context, and this context is important. If you write a question like this: you are a professor writing a question paper. Okay, and then this is called as the system context. So always include this kind of context in your prompts when you interact with softwares like GPT. And then comes your query. This can be like write 10 questions, MCQ questions on the topic of data science. So if this context is missing, then only the query you are writing, your results will be less appropriate. You will have to write multiple queries to get the desired result. So always it is suggested to have a context like this whenever you are using the chat tools. However, there are also some ethical considerations that we all should be aware of, that AI should be used very responsibly and transparently, especially for those who are writing research papers. Research papers are also asking you to include a statement, a declaration, whether AI tools have been used in writing the research paper. So, see, this is what I was saying, that transparently and responsibly. If you are using AI for research, then you have to make sure that AI, it is declared so that the audience is aware. And if you are very new to generative AI, then you can explore these technologies. I am sure everyone uses Chat GPT, but DALI is for image generation, very useful tool. And Mid Journey is for videos, audio, and other creative things. So AI is turning out to be very useful. At the last part, I am giving in the chat a link for a quiz, MCQ quiz that we have designed for you. I have given the link in the chat. I request everyone to go to this link. The link will be something like this. You have to sign up and then click on this blue button and you can start the quiz. There are 10 questions, and at the end of the 10 questions, you will get the score by email. Okay, so if you have, I request everyone that 2 minutes time is there, 10 questions and 2 minutes. So go to this link, which is given in the chat. The screen will come like this. And after you sign up, you just have to click on this blue button, and that will there you will be able to know, start your MCQ assignment. Okay, so everyone just go to that place and start your quiz. Okay, if anyone is facing any difficulty, then let me know. Put your difficulties in the chat. It is a short quiz, 2 minutes time and 10 questions. So just take some time and finish this MCQ quiz so that we can share the results with the organizers. It is on generative AI. Okay, and page not found. Just let me give the link again. It will be a bit difficult through mobile phones, but I think even from mobiles you will be able to take the quiz. The link is working. I have just verified. Okay, let me know if there are any difficulties in giving the chat, in giving this quiz. It's not opening. Okay, let me just verify. Uh, you have to sign up on mobile. I agree, it is tough. So you click, then you will see that something like this. Wait, wait, I am sharing again the screen. On mobile, it seems there is a difficulty. If possible, you can try on your uh, laptop or computer ideally. On phones, it is a bit tricky. I'm giving okay. Okay, so we have one who has completed. Yes, good. We will discuss the marks, but first I will allow you to complete. Link I am given in the chat. We have 5 more minutes left. Everyone, please hurry. We just have 5 minutes before the end. And then we can see the answers. Some of you are able to complete. That means the system is working. Others, please don't use mobile phones. I think there is something wrong with the website when used from mobile phones. Try from your laptops or okay. Okay, so let us see. Can okay, then you will see a screen like this, and here you have to click start quiz. Okay, and then start, and then you just have to click on mark and next submit. Just click from here and submit. On phones, it is difficult. Time is 3 minutes. Okay, Anyway, I don't know, but if it is possible for you to do this later, then also it is okay. I think so, for the organizers, unless they have any objections. So thank you everyone for participating with us and listening to this session. I will stop sharing. Thank you for being so active and participative, and keep it up, keep learning, and yeah, we will share with you the presentation through the organizers. In there, Kallurkar sir's contact details will be there. If you have any queries, if you have any questions, then you can ask us. We have 5 minutes.
Yeah, the organizers can take up how much time we have actually. Any questions are there? Whether it will be possible for the members to ask the questions.
The members are on mute, so
So
the only way they can put on chat their questions,
okay,
and I will
right.
read the questions.
Yeah.
I will read the questions. You can put them in the chat.
Oh, they want to talk. Whether the organizers can permit them to talk now at this stage.
I don't know.
Okay, I'm here, sir. So participants, you can, any question, you can raise your hands.
There is one participant who would like to talk. Number 36.
36. Okay, I will check. 36. So row number 36, you can unmute yourself. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir. That was a fantastic session, and I really learned many things from both of you, sir. The question I want to ask to I think Pranav sir, that is that I am a sports scientist, and I want to use this machine learning and algorithm based prediction. So how can I start this? Because this is very new for me, and I actively listening to you. Many of the things goes bounce actually, and so how can I start this? Because when I contact with consultancy service, they told me very high amount of fees. So how can I learn it in a that is the first thing. And can I have one more session from you? I want to request to host to add one more session, how to read research paper based on AI or based on machine learning, sir.
Learning AI, I will answer the first part of your questions. There are many resources. The most important one is this course, Introduction to Machine Learning and Learning by Andrew NG. I am putting in the chat. It is a very useful course, and those who are very new to it, search for internet, start learning this course. It is available on YouTube as well as Coursera website.
Yeah. Any more questions? Or yes, I think organizers, you can decide, should we wind up or website link? There is a question on website link. Dr. Pranay, you are on mute.
Website link, which website link?
Can you define which website link you want? Coursera, you can directly go to Coursera and ask for the course
Yes.
by Dr. Andrew. Yeah.
Chalega.
I think no more any questions, sir.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Then.
Okay. So I propose the vote of thanks, sir. Just a minute, I will join the course coordinator. Just
So, on behalf of UGC Malviya Mission Teachers Training Center, my special thanks to Professor Shrikant sir and Pranav Nernurkar sir for being here, sparing their valuable time, and you have really given us a nice combination of ICAS and AI. So we are really thankful to both the resource person, and I hope that in the coming days also your association will be there with this UGC Malviya Mission Teachers Training Center.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Thank you, sir. And it was really nice to read out your biodata and seeing that your affiliation at Pan India level, sir, and especially
Thank you, sir.
in the professional education, like engineering colleges, you are associated, sir. So really, you are an asset for each and every higher education institution which run technical courses, sir. They can take the expertise from you. You can act as a member. You can act as an academic leader there in any technical education, right? It was really an honor to read your entire biodata. And my special thanks to Nirnurkar sir also, who has a foreign exposure in one of the happening thing today, that is AI. So we were really fortunate. I have conveyed the same message to our director, Professor Satish Patil sir, that today we were very fortunate to have an association of both the resource persons, sir. We were really thankful from our bottom of my heart. Thank you.
Thank you.